our first trip to the Big Island, I'm not gonna lie, I was a bit confused. Do I stay on the Hilo side, the Kona side, Kohala, like all these names that I didn't really know. So today I'm gonna walk you through an overview of where to stay on the Big Island so you can figure it out. Hi, I'm Erica from the Hawaii Vacation Guide, and let's jump in. First, some geography to help you get started. Jordan loves this geography segment, so let's see if I can do him justice. So first of all, the island of Hawaii, that is where you are headed, that is typically known as the Big Island. And it is known as the Big Island because it is big. It's 63% of the state of Hawaii's land mass. And it's bigger than Delaware and Rhode Island combined. So this is a big place, but it's not so big that you can't get around. Driving across it can take 1.5 to 2 hours if you go straight through the center, and a little bit longer if you take the northern or the southern route. The Big Island is big, and there is so much to see, which is what makes it so exciting. So I'm going to take a quick pause to tell you that if you are having trouble figuring out what to see, what to do, and planning your adventures, head to the hawaiivacationguide.com/Big Island because we have an itinerary that can help make this easy for you. All right, so now back to where to stay. So the island of Hawaii, the Big Island, is split into really two sides. Just like every other island in Hawaii, you have the Windward side and you have the Leeward side. So we're gonna start with the Leeward side first because that's where a majority of the visitors tend to stay. So over on this Leeward side, you have a lot of sun. So this is the drier side of the island. The landscape is dry, think a lot of lava fields, and you'll also find some really beautiful beaches, excellent snorkeling, and Kona Coffee Country. Over here on this Leeward side, there are really three main kind of areas to stay. The first one is Kailua-Kona. This is the main town on the Leeward side. Here you'll find a lot of shopping, a lot of restaurants, and some hotels. So there are a number of hotels to choose from here. We like the Sheraton Kona. All right guys, staying closer to Kona, this is our favorite spot. It's the Sheraton Kona, and you are right in the action, right just outside the action I should say, but you are still really close to everything. From here you can actually walk to a great manta night snorkel. The hotel is very mellow. It feels super quiet often, every time we've been here, and they have an awesome pool for kids. It's a great spot. Heading up north the Leeward side a bit, you have the Kohala Coast. So this, you'll probably drive about 30 minutes north of the airport to hit the Kohala Coast. This is also sometimes referred to as the Gold Coast because of the number of luxury resorts and fantastic beaches that you'll find up here. So this is a little bit more spread out than what you'll find in Kailua-Kona. So you have a lot of lava fields, you have a lot of wide open space, and you have very little rain. It gets about 9 inches per year of rain, so lots of sunny skies. Here you'll find bigger beaches, and you'll also find hotels like the Fairmont, the Mauna Loa, the Mauna Kea, and the Westin Hopuna Beach. For something a little bit different on the Kona side, the Leeward side of the island, you can also stay up in Kona Coffee Country. Here you won't really find big hotels, but vacation rentals are a great option. We've stayed in some and have loved our time up there. So like I mentioned, most people tend to stay on this Leeward side, this Kona side of the island, because it gets so much sun. But the Windward side is also great. Every time we head to the Big Island or the island of Hawaii, we make sure we spend at least one night over on the Windward side. On the Windward side of the island, it rains a lot. You get a lot more weather over there, so you can bring a light jacket and expect that it might get a little bit chillier and you might get some rainfall every day. But that comes with some wonderful things that you can experience over there. So you have lush landscapes, different from the Kona side. Over here you have jungles, you have rainforest, a lot of valleys, and some dramatic cliffs. So it is definitely a very scenic side of the island. Over here on the Hilo or Windward side, there are really two main areas for you to stay. The first is Hilo, which also has an airport conveniently, and this is the largest town on the Windward side. So here you'll find art galleries and restaurants and some really interesting things, some museums and waterfalls. So it's a really cool spot to check out. You won't have big resorts like you'll find on the Kona side, but instead you'll have a lot of smaller boutique hotel options to choose from. Also on the Hilo side is Volcanoes National Park. So a lot of people choose to come to Volcanoes National Park because it is incredibly interesting. You get to hike around an active volcano. If visiting the park is high on your list, you might actually want to consider staying close to the park. So for options here, you have just outside the park, you have Fern Forest and you have actual volcano. And you can stay here either in small inns or vacation rentals.
So I know it's hard to see, and it's raining, so it's very fitting, but this is the Fern Forest region of the Volcanoes area. And we stayed here last time in an Airbnb.
It was wonderful. I loved it. I thought it was very quiet.
It's like you're in a fern forest. It's like small trees and lots of ferns everywhere.
Yeah, and our Verbo was like really comfortable.
Welcome to Volcano House. We have wanted to stay here forever. Let's see what's inside.
The other option is to actually stay within the park. So we stayed at Volcano House. This is the only lodge hotel accommodation within the park. There's also some camping that you can do as well. But this was a really cool way to stay within the park and get some great views, sunset and sunrise views, without really having to leave your room or leave the lodge.
Henry and I were reading the review of this place. Neat, roomy, and well kept. As I expect for a hotel with the view of Kilauea Volcano.
Yeah. Right, so the two sides are really different. And if you can swing it, our favorite thing to do is to stay on both sides. So we usually spend a little more than half of our trip on the Kona side, exploring the beaches, really enjoying the sunshine. And then we come over to the Hilo side, explore volcanoes, hang out in Hilo, and do some adventures. Like yesterday, Jordan went ziplining, had a great time, and we've done some really fun hiking. So there you have it, a quick, hopefully helpful summary of where to stay on the Big Island. And if you are planning a trip to the Big Island, make sure you check out our website and our itineraries at thehawaiivacationguide.com/Big Island, because we have put together some fabulous excursion days to take you around the island and show you the highlights so you can enjoy your trip. It's just a quick download away. Thanks for watching.
Okay, we got full rainbow going across the crater. Let's go away, start the morning.